Situated just a few kilometers west of Kandy, Peradeniya is a town that rarely announces itself. Trains slow here only briefly before rolling on toward the highlands. And many travelers do the same, unaware that this quiet suburb guards one of Sri Lanka's most layered and evocative green spaces, the Peradeniya Royal Botanical Gardens. But this isn't just a garden. It's a living museum of flora, a relic of colonial ambition, and a gentle chronicle of the island's botanical legacy, all stretched over more than 140 hectares beside a wide, silt-colored bend in the Marbelly River. The history of the gardens goes back to the 14th century, when the land hosted a royal court under King Vikramabahu III. But it was not till the early 19th century under British rule that the gardens were formalized, not as a public leisure space, but as an agricultural test site for crops like coffee and cinnamon. Those original experiments, conducted under the eyes of British botanists and planters, laid the roots for what would become a richly curated collection of tropical and temperate species, still meticulously labeled and tended today. In the depths of the Royal Botanic Gardens lies one of Sri Lanka's most consequential botanical experiments. Not in recent decades, but nearly 160 years ago. Under the stewardship of George H.K. Thwaites in the mid-1860s, Peradeniya played a pivotal role in the early propagation of tea. It was here that tea seedlings were nurtured, studied, and distributed to early planters across the Central Highlands. These were not ornamental curiosities, but the foundation stock of a global industry. Long before Ceylon tea became a brand, it was a botanic experiment under monsoon skies. Peradeniya's gardens aren't manicured in the prim geometric way of European counterparts. There is symmetry here, but it yields gently to nature. Palms rise in disciplined rows, but then the avenue falls away to hidden arboretums and secret lawns. One moment you're under the arch of a giant Java fig tree, its branches like muscular outstretched arms, and the next you're following a wandering avenue lined with palm trees. The Orchid House feels like a quiet gallery, not large, but lit with a saturated color of blooms in curated arrangement. A variety of orchids, from large to delicate, offer the visitor a visual of a profusion of color and shapes. Further in, the Cactus House offers an abrupt shift in atmosphere, dry, sparse, angular. It's a nod to ecosystems far removed from Peradeniya's warm, rain-laced air. And then there's the Medicinal Garden, an overlooked corner that doesn't call for attention, but offers a glimpse into the island's indigenous knowledge. It's not all quiet contemplation either. The gardens are alive with local life. Couples sheltering beneath branches, tourists enjoying the immaculately laid spaces, and others trying to capture everything into their lenses. The Great Lawn, once a helipad during World War II, stretches wide and inviting. For those who linger, the gardens offer more than escape. They are a map of movement, of seeds, of ideas, of power. They hold the story of an island's biodiversity shaped by centuries of exploration, colonization, and conservation. In the slow rhythm of a walk through its shaded avenues, Peradeniya reveals what many travelers miss, that the most lasting impressions of Sri Lanka often grow in quiet, cultivated spaces.